Ano ba yun? Naalala ko lang sabi ni Coach Sisi dati na may free snapshots. Sabi niya,
Stuck na siya. Is she stuck on your end as well, guys? O sa akin lang? Parang ako mismo nag...
how to sell the snapshots the right way.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Pero nawawala ako?
Opo. Pero okay na po ngayon.
Okay na. Sorry, nag-cut off eh. Ano yung tanong mo?
Yung sabi ni Coach Sisi dati na mag-enroll sa HLA, may free snapshots but you have to sell it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Ano po kaya ibig sabihin ng sell the snapshots the right way?
Sell it legitly, in a sense. Like, hindi mo siya pwedeng ibenta as if you created it. You cannot say, oh, I created these snapshots from scratch, whatever. You can say, I have a snapshot. I have a snapshot for real estate agents. I have a snapshot for chiropractors. Who wants? I'm offering it to build it. I'm offering to build you a real estate snapshot for this amount. Like you're not telling na you built it. You're saying you have one, right? That doesn't make sense.
Nawala ka, Coach.
Nawawala ba ako?
Kanina ka. Opo, di ko po narinig.
Magpapalit na ako ng internet. Sandali. Ayan, guys. Can you hear me much better now?
Yes, Coach.
Yan. Ang sabi ko, when you say properly, legitly, kasi resell kasi yun eh. We have the license to resell it. Okay? Sa inyo. Now, you can also sell it, but not really sell, but also resell it. But you cannot give credit, basically, to yourself. You can say na I have a snapshot, I have a system, but you will not say na you built it because you did not build it, right? And then also selling it legitly in a way na you're not selling it for 10 pesos. Like somebody built that for hours. So sell it at the right prices. You can even tell, I'm giving away a free snapshot, a real estate snapshot to the next three prospects that needs a real estate system. All you have to do is pay for my fee in order for me to implement it to your account. Like there's a lot of ways to sell it properly, but those are the most, let's say, top of my mind to sell it properly. What's not proper is you run ads. You basically sell, oh, get this snapshot for 1997. Like that's not good, right? So we are here, guys, to make money, but we are not here to basically scam people. Okay? Si JC lang dapat yung scammer dito.
Thank you, Coach.
Ayan. So, no more questions?
May question po ako, Coach.
What's up?
Bali ano po, may ginagawa po kasi akong pipeline, customized pipeline and stages for lead tracking. Pero hindi ko po siya magawan ng process ng maayos. Yung first, second stage, bali 5 stage po kasi siya, Coach. Bali may hot lead, new lead, checking. Check ko lang po ulit. So, bali meron po kasi siyang 5 stages and medyo nag-i-struggle po ako sa pangatlo, pang-apat, tsaka pang-limang stage. So, bali yung stage po na meron ako is new lead, hot lead, discovery call book, tapos onboarding, and then yung paid for services or yun na po yung na-set up na client. Hindi ko po kasi siya paano um, may lagay in a process kasi parang sa new lead, hot lead, and discovery call book ko lang po siya nagagawa. And yung mga leads na pinanggagalingan po nito ay website, social media, and sa chat widget. Is there any way po kaya coach na ano po, matulungan niyo po ako about this?
I'm trying to understand yung challenge mo kasi that's our topic for tonight. I'm just trying to understand what exactly are you having a hard time with kasi you have the stages na, right? Um, are you struggling to like to know what stage are they going to enter or they going to exit or they're going to move from like what exactly yung challenge, yung bottleneck mo?
Ano po coach, for example nakapag-sign na po sila ng form or nag-chat po sila sa social media and all,
Mhm.
matatag po sila as hot lead or new lead. And then
Mhm.
kapag nag-books po sila ng discovery call with us, they will be moved to the discovery call book
Uh-huh.
stage.
Mhm.
And then for example kapag nag-proceed po sila, nag-paid po sila, malalagay po sila sa paid. Then kapag in-onboard
Mhm.
na po namin sila, nasa
Mhm.
onboard na sila.
Mhm.
Hindi ko lang po alam paano siya i-execute kapag
Ah,
kapag paid na, may ilalagay na po sila sa ano, in progress or in being set up with yung setup na po nila yung ginagawa na po sila ng sub account, ganun.
you need a different pipeline for onboarding.
Sige po.
Okay. So that's a good question kasi that's our topic for tonight. So ilan tayo ngayon? 83. I think we can start.
Thank you po.
And that's a very good question to start the topic now. Guys, I don't have a like slides. I am really like when I teach, I really like to teach on the go. I don't really and preparing some stuff. I'd rather throw me your questions and I'll answer them. So if you don't have a question, then parang it's like for me it's a either waste of time kasi wala kang question. That means na you did not watch something before or you did not study something before. Like I'm expecting that you coming here, you have some knowledge already. Oh, I've read this about pipeline. I've read about this. Nanood ako sa YouTube ng ganito. Pero medyo hindi sa akin clear kung bakit paano to nag-work. So let me ask Julius or Stacey about this on the call. Ganon guys, that's what I'm basically expecting from you para all of you can get something from the call. Hindi lang kayo nakaupo dyan at nakikinig. Okay? So good thing yung para kay DJ. I'm guessing my client ka DJ and you're building this for a client, right? So sa mga walang client, guys, watch a bunch of YouTube videos out there. Read the pipeline, the high level knowledge base about pipeline or any feature actually or pipeline kasi yung topic for tonight and then next week calendar naman so read something about calendar para by next week or even today use your learners account, right? Build something there. If pag na-stuck ka, then lista mo yun. Paano ba ilipat yung pipeline station to a different stage? Para pagpunta mo rito, meron ka na listahan ng questions. Okay? And I think I can answer all of your questions, even 100 plus pa kayo. As long as your questions nyo is, hindi ganun ka-complicated. Hindi kailangan ng troubleshooting. So, yung yung kay DJ, I'd like to draw sana eh. Kaso wala akong sino dito yung nakapag-demonstrate na sa Zoom call ng ano? Yung tipong kunwari may iPad kayo, parang ganito. This is what my kids use eh. Parang ganito, pero digital. Tapos you can draw, tapos lalabas siya sa screen. Have you guys tried that?
Not yet po.
Anong gamit nyo doon? Like, is there a certain app na you have to use?
I think dito lang po sa Zoom is my whiteboard.
Kaso pag sa Zoom kasi, pag dito, like I have to use my mouse, which is ang hirap mag-drawing. Kumpara mo sa, this is a tablet, I can draw here, tapos naka-ano siya sa, naka-screen share yung, lumalabas yung tablet screen ko sa monitor, something like that.
Mga ano yata yan, coach? Mga screen mirroring na app.
Ah, sige, I'll try to do sa ano ng anak ko Let's see. Kasi yung question na about pipeline, guys, think of a pipeline as a system, you know? That's why most CRMs out there, their number one feature is pipeline, like Pipedrive, right? Pipeline yan. HubSpot, pipeline din yan. So, kasi at the core of it, why you would use a CRM? Hindi ka lang para makolekta ng contacts. Hindi ka lang para basta mag-build ng forms. Hindi ka lang basta mag-build ng survey. Ang goal mo, punuan yung pipeline deal nyo. If you're a company, you want to fill your pipeline deal and track it along the way. How much na yung revenue nyo, right? Sa sales, magkano yung sales revenue nyo. And then you can also do sales forecast if you have a proper pipeline. Okay? And then, pero that's the that's the sales pag-sales department. There's also a pipeline for support. There's also a pipeline for development. There's also a pipeline for testing, right? So think of a pipeline nga as a system. Pag sa aming system, may step 1, may step 2, may step 3, right? It basically, ano ito, ang term na yun, pero siyang pagkasunod-sunod. Pwede ka mag-jump from step 1 to step 5, pwede yon. Hindi siya yung kailangan from step 1 to step 2 ka. Hindi ganon. Right? And you can move between pipelines. Okay? Is that clear, guys?
Yes, coach.
Yes
Okay.
po, coach.
Yes po.
Sige na nga, type ko nga sa whiteboard lang hala. Hindi makikita niya sana ko eh. Whiteboard. New whiteboard. Let's try this one. Okay. Just a heads up, guys, wala akong talent sa drawing. Ang dami nagbabaro. Ang dami nagalaw script. So, let me see. What can we pull out here? CRM. Wala. Pipeline. Wala rin. Have tayo ng something that we can use sa template. Wala akong makita na ano. Ganito na lang. Okay. Pinaka probably you've heard somewhere is funnel. Right? Nakakita na kayo ng ganito na nagpo-promote na, right? And then, let's divide it into multiple layers. You've probably seen something like this, right? Can you let me know, guys?
Yes, coach.
So usually, yan. This is patagal ako pag ginagawa ko to eh. Green. No, siya ako pag ganito eh. So, let's name this leads or lead pipeline. Okay? Lead pipeline. And then, pag sabing leads, yun yung probably from social media, yung mga nag-i-inquire sa Facebook page nyo, yung mga nagko-comment sa post, yung mga nag-send ng inbound email, those are leads. Okay? Then, this is not really used a lot, pero if you are in a legit company, this is basically almost ano siya ng lead, like aeration ng konti, deal slash ang ginawa sa lahat, opportunity. I'm just gonna name it op slash pipeline. Yung pipeline kasi na term, for some reason, siya na high level sa feature eh. Sa kanil pipe drive. Pero ang tutusin, every stage here is a pipeline. Pero it's used as a name, as a replacement name for opportunity and also deal. So for example, you will hear this sometime na how many leads do you have? Let's say 100 leads. Out of 100 leads, how many deals you have? How much is your deal value? I'm sure if you've heard those terms, but someday you will hear those terms and you will remember about this. So deal opposite pipeline. Pero at some point, pwede rin siyang maging like say itong lead, we can have a breakdown pa this. Let me delete this. Na-delete pati yung ano. So same color na lang. Pwede rin siyang maging lead to appointment. Okay? Lead appointment. Tapos saka siya magiging deal. Deal. At saka siya magiging close or customer. So this is depending sa business model nung client nyo. Okay, so you have to understand ano yung business model ni client. And usually, every market has their own pipelines, pipeline stages. So pag coaching, may ano yan. Pag coaching, lead, appointment, close. Yun yung pipeline stage yan. Pagka, let's say, service-based business like chiropractors or dentists, lead, appointment, online appointment, face-to-face appointment, proposal, or invoice, and then payment. So, iba-iba ng stage per market. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear, guys? Or is there any question so far?
Clear naman, Coach.
May mga nagtatanong kasi dito, matatambakan pag di ko agad sinagot. So, let me answer this. When creating pipeline, should always keep in mind that lead contact should be always moving from one stage to another. Yes. Yes, that's why it's the best way to explain it is like a funnel. They have to go down. If they don't go down, they get stuck there. Ang tawag doon, bottleneck. Have you tried that coach instead? Ito yung sa app. Okay. So wala nang question about pipeline. Okay. Now, that's the usual funnel. Pero there's also this kind of like the real pipe. Yeah. Right? That's a pipe. And have you seen pipes, guys? Like, sa mga may, especially sa mga mahilig mag-ayos ng bahay or mahilig na makunting ng bahay. Have you seen yung ilalim ng lababo nyo? Don't tell me you haven't seen that. Right? So, kunwari, ito yung lababo, right? There's this kind of pipe. Tapos may nagko-connect na pipe dito this is pababa. Then water flows here. Then let's say imagine this as leak. And then this goes to a different pipe. Let's say may pangalawang pipe pataas, right? Yeah, Mario actually. Yeah, Mario is a very good example of lot of pipes, right? Tubo. So think of it, guys, as series of pipes. When you say pipeline, ito yon, isa lang yon. Isa lang yon. And then inside that pipeline can have multiple stages. Leads, appointment, proposal, invoice. Yung question kanina na, does the prospect needs to move? Yes. If they don't move, ibig sabihin, they are leaking. May butas yung pipeline mo. May butas yung funnel mo, kumbaga. Bakit? Kasi hindi sila nagko-convert eh. Bakit hindi nagko-convert yung leads mo into appointments? Bakit hindi nagko-convert yung inquiries mo into sign-ups? Right? Whatever yung nag-i-stack na yon, there's a leak. Kung wala siyang leak, wala pang leak, magkakalik pa lang. Kasi if, kunyari, may clog dito, kunyari may clog dyan, right? Tapos tuloy-tuloy pasok ng water and malakas yung pressure, sasabog yan. Right? You guys get what I mean, right? Kasi most of you here are wala mo ditong elementary. Right? All of you have heard the word pipe. You have heard of this terminologies, right? So now let's talk business. Okay? Let's talk business. What are the systems na ginagamit sa typical na online business? I mentioned some of them na. So lead. You will heard the word lead a lot of times. Lead can be an email sign up. Lead can be a phone number. It can be an email newsletter subscriber. It can be a Facebook page inquiry. It can be a TikTok comment. Okay, all of those are leads. And then if you break it down pa in terms of temperature, okay, meron ba tatawag na temperature, which is cold, warm, hot. So every stage of the funnel, let's say this is lead, this is appointment, and then this is proposal, and this is customer. Yung lead nyo, yung galing sa social media, I'm gonna guess that those are called leads. They've never heard of you, they've seen your ads, they've seen your posts, nag-viral yung post ni client, nag-comment sila sa post nyo. Those are called leads. Warm leads are those like members ng Facebook group nyo. They've already seen you before, they've joined the group, they are always seeing you, yan, warm leads na sila. And then when they message you, like you guys, when you message JC, hey coach, available pa po ba yung HLA? You are a hot lead, right? You want to join HLA. Hot na hot ka na mag-join, right? And for example, yung sa HLA is a community. Walang appointment na naganap, right? Walang proposal. From lead, you basically jump from becoming a lead here into customer. Right? Nasa start stage lang kayo before, lead lang kayo, pero mayroon sa inyong cold before, meron sa inyong warm, meron sa inyong hot. And probably all of you before you sign up sa HLA, naging hot customer muna kayo. Napunta kayo rito. Right? And that's why we do webinars. Like JC said, let's just post the payment link. Sabi ko, ayoko. Kasi I want to make sure that these members are so hot, they want to become customers, and they will value the community. Kasi kung from cold lang, nakita niyo yung post ni JC, na-hype kayo, nag-join kayo, probably you will not stay. Or probably out of, so 93 kayo right now, I think 150 plus na tayo eh. So yung mga 50 na nawala ngayon, they are probably those, I'm not sure, they're nasa warm or nasa cold stage sila when they join. They are really, hot in terms of temperature. Like talagang sobrang apoy nung hype nyo. Or probably nag-die down na siya. We don't know, right? So, and that's the thing. Kahit customer ka na, may temperature ka pa rin. Right? There's not really we can consider cold customers if hindi ka nagpaparamdam. I'm not sure if lahat ng HLA members nasa community na or nasa meron silang access na sa mga account nila, may mga wala pa ring access. Those are the cold customers, right? They don't really leverage or utilize what they paid for. And yung mga warm, maybe those are the umate ng first onboarding, tapos umate ng Q&A, pero basically missing some of the calls. And you're here, probably you're a really hot customer, you want to learn something, you want to make money using GoHighLevel. So I guess guys, that's enough for overview, right? Is there any questions about that? So going back sa question kanina ni DJ. Meron siyang 5 stages daw. Meron siyang actually I wonder bakit hot lead yung unahan mo. Dapat new lead muna siya, dapat siya new lead, right? And then yung new lead mo na cold and warm. Sorry?
Yes, new lead and then hot lead po coach sa
Okay,
second
new lead
stage.
muna, hot lead. And then discovery call,
Discovery call,
which is appointment. And then
paid for service.
say pay,
Paid services. So
customer na
nakabayad na
siya.
po si customer, yes. And
And
then
then onboarding.
na siya.
Right. So whatever I told you, right? Like there's a series of pipeline. New lead, hot lead, discovery call up to being a customer. That's one pipeline on its own. Onboarding should be on a different pipeline because onboarding is basically there's this thing called, have you heard the word customer's journey or buyer's journey, guys?
Yes.
Who haven't heard of that term? Yung hindi pa nakarinig. Meron ba? Okay, so I'm gonna assume that all of you have heard that. So new lead, each hot lead discovery call pay, that's what you call buyer's journey, right? You are about to become a buyer. Hindi ka pa bumili before. The moment na nagbayad ka na, from the moment here, dito merong ditong gap. Tandaan nyo to guys this is very important, especially if you want to be a SaaSpreneur, if you want to build your own SaaS, if you want to sell SaaS, if you want to help clients build SaaS, there's this kind of big drop off here from being a customer to onboarding. And that's what slapped me in the face back in 2020 when I tried to sell GoHighLevel as a SaaS. Anyone can guess this biggest enemy of SaaS businesses, letter C. Mga guess. This is the biggest enemy.
Customer churn.
Churn. Yep. They call it churn. I don't know kung saan wala yung word na churn, pero I think it's a customer burn. Kinaghalo yung customers na burn. Churn. Yeah. So from being a customer to onboarding, guys, here's the statistics. It takes, can you guess, guys, how many days before from being a customer to having a great onboarding experience based sa statistics ng mga software companies and non-software companies na may recurring offer? How many days does it take a customer to have a great experience? Alam mo, guess?
30 days.
Ha? 100 days. More or less 3 months. Okay? That's why even your customer here, okay, I'm not expecting all of you guys to stay here. I mentioned this to also JC. Like, we are expecting some of you to churn. But for some reason, JC is so good at convincing you guys to stay here. She's even opening a slot. Like, she's even telling you guys, marami naghihintay. If you want to leave, may nasa waitlist. Right? She keeps, ay mabura. Asa, ay mabura. Siya ako sa ganyan. 7 days. No, 7 days is not enough. So the best customer experience out there is 90 days. That's why I told JC, I want to see what will happen after end of March. Because we promoted this December sa batch 1. Then by end of March, we'll see how many from batch 1 nag-stay. And then how many sa batch 2, which is nag-join kayo almost 2 weeks ago. Right? So that will be around February, March, April. So then, ang next promotion namin will be April na. Actually may mga gusto mag-join na 100 plus daw. Sabi ko wag muna. Let's observe muna the what will happen to our existing customers. Are you guys understanding where I'm coming from? Why pipeline? Bakit parang why I'm talking about this in pipeline topic natin? Right? So I'm considering you guys here as part of our customer pipeline. You're between the paid and the customer. Sorry, the paid customer and onboarding. Actually, maybe it's a good time to ask, no? Who here doesn't feel you feel na hindi kayo na-onboard ng maayos? Numino guys, meron ba dito? Do you think our onboarding can be much better? Like,
Yes.
I'm open for feedback.
Yes.
As a DJ.
Very ano po siya, coach. What do you call this? There is a process, pero it's more of like walang customer experience where may mag-welcome sa'yo personally or mag-walk through sa'yo yung step-by-step process kung kailan papasok yung actually ang nangyari kasi biglaan lang yung pag-enroll ko po kasi gusto ko po talaga mag-upskill and then ayun, binigay na sa akin yung access, may access na ako sa community, ganyan. Tapos email, and then ayun na. Ang hindi ko po ang ano po kasi is, hindi hindi binigyan ng walkthrough kung ano yung mga susunod, ganyan. May mga videos, although sinusundan ko na siya, pero dun sa videos po kasi parang assignment 1 na agad, gano'n, yung nakita ko dun. May, introduction sa para siyang, what I call this, um, paano ba? May video na lang siya tapos ikaw na lang yung mag-aano, ikaw na lang yung tawag nun,
Yan tawag doon
magdi-discover.
self-onboarding.
Yes, self-onboarding po siya.
Yeah.
So, medyo nakaka-overwhelm siya, especially if hindi ka talaga sanay na parang, for example, may mga parang pagkabayad mo ng, program is that may schedule date na parang ito yung onboarding na ganyan. Or maybe just because since batch 2 po ako and lately lang po na-onboard ata ang batch 1, nakita ko po kasi sa schedule it's like 1 week difference. So parang siguro ano lang 'to, epekto lang 'to ng ano, ng mga parang mga pahabol na mga ano, mga nag-enroll sa program.
And
But
that's a good, really good point that you have to, all
yes,
of you guys need to remember, no? When you're helping a client build something out of Go High Level, you don't just think of the technical side. You have to think of the operational side as well. You have to think of, like, kaya ba natin i-handle to? Right? For example, they are promoting something and alam mo na ito yung pipeline stage nyo, right? And you only have, let's say, 5 people sa manpower nyo and you have 2 salespeople. If you bring 100 sa sales call, maka-close ka ng 30, can you onboard them at the same time? If then, how would you break it down, right? What you said is actually a really good example. That's why we decided, since we don't have a one-on-one onboarding, we decided to do self-onboarding with the expectation that all of you guys will watch the video. As in, watch the first video. I'm not really familiar with all of the videos, but if I remember right, my start here doon, nandun lahat, like how you access the sub account, sa community, and then there's the next steps there. So that's a good feedback. We'll try to, so that's why I don't want to accept new enrollees muna. You want to like optimize yung current onboarding namin, or else there will be leaks, right? So that's the biggest thing that you guys want to monitor. Hindi lang yung conversion rate. What is your churn rate? How many yung nag-drop off from leads to appointments, from appointments to proposal, from proposal to customer, from customer to don't stop tracking sa customer. That's one of the biggest mistake nakita ko sa mga company. They stop tracking the moment na maging customer ka na, goodbye. I don't care about you. Right? Ako, as someone who basically help clients build their GoHighLevel SaaS, I built the whole thing. Hindi lang yung until customer. I built the customer journey as well. So buyer's journey, yung until magbayad. Customer's journey, from the moment they pay until the moment they give you a review, until the moment they give you results, share results, until the moment they give you testimonial or referrals. That's the customer's journey. Okay? Right now, ando pa kayo sa first stage. Nasa onboarding pa lang kayo actually. Batch 1 and batch 2. All of you guys here, nasa onboarding stage pa lang kayo. Wala pa kayo wala pa kayo dun sa even, yung next stage dun is we want you to become our referral, our affiliates, our someone who will refer us to your friends, someone who will advocate for us, right? Magiging advocate namin kayo. Maybe that will happen in a year, but again, I'm showing you guys, this is like a real example of a pipeline. This is our pipeline basically. Napakasimple ng pipeline namin. JC will promote from social media. She will get leads. She will add it to first Facebook group. From cold, naging warm. We will do webinars, magiging hot. Then we will basically open the payment. Naging customer kagad from lead to payment. And then now, basically may onboarding. So yun yung parang pinaka-onboarding stage. And then the weekly masterclass, the Q&A, all of those guys, even though it's part of the learning, that's part of the onboarding. So that's why we also organize a meeting where we can discuss ano ba ituturo natin sa kanila. Kasi we want to make sure na hindi sila ma-overwhelm. At the same time, yung mga advanced users can also get something out of the calls. That's why I'm always around so that pag si Jason present and may mga questions kayo in advance, we can go in the breakout room and I can answer your questions, right? Yung mga beginners can stay on the call with JC. So Let me see if we have questions here. Atong mga PM sent na yan. Pace with usual. Yeah, that's one of our guys. One of the things that we want to also add. We want to know where you are at your learning pace already, which is it's really hard to track knowing na 100 plus na kayo right now and hindi lahat nagpa-participate. Like we're thinking of what's the best way to make that experience much better than the current experience right now. And I want you guys to think of that for your clients. Hindi lang kayo, nagawa ko na yung funnel mo, tapos ng work ko. Nagawa ko na yung automation mo, tapos ng work ko. Right? You have to understand, ano ba yung end goal ni client? Gusto niya magkaroon ng, let's say, kung online coach to, gusto niya magkaroon ng coach, mentor, mentee, or someone who will join the online coaching program. Pag na-close ba nila sa ano yun, sa discovery call yun, is that the end of the deal? Is that the end of the journey for that person? No. They also need help with the onboarding, how to join the group, how to get access to this. Similar to your experience, guys. Whatever experience here, if it's good or not good, I want you guys to take it and make it better and deliver that to your clients. So I'm not gusto ko magkaroon ng technical part itong part ng studying natin. Pero before I go to the technical part, okay na ba sa inyo guys yung foundation of a pipeline? Like you understand that there's different systems, different pipelines in a business. Your goal is to understand what is your client's business model and what is the pipeline stage, what are the pipelines they need to build their whole infrastructure. And how can you basically architect that sa loob ng GoHighLevel account nila? Okay lang magtanong guys na parang may mga tanong na paano po ba yung pipeline ng meron po ako prospect, online coach po siya. Ano pong mga pipeline stages po niya? Right now, I'm okay with those questions, but to be honest with you guys, I'd rather want you to ask specific questions na kasi you've done your research na pag online coach, you have to ask, ano bang gamit nila? Do they have a lead magnet funnel? Do they have a webinar? Ano yung mechanism nila to convert? Do they have a low ticket funnel? Do they have a high ticket funnel? Do they have masterminds? Do they have events? Do they have ebooks, books? Alamin niyo yun. How do you convert your clients, your customers? And from there, so may lead magnet ka pala. After ng lead magnet, what's next? You invite them to a call. So then, when you create a pipeline stage, leads. Basically, lahat ng sign up sa lead funnel niya. And then, appointments, lahat ng nag-sign up sa discovery call niya. And then, kung meron siyang pangalawang discovery call, you have appointment 1, appointment 2. Or discovery call, sales call. You can name it whatever you want. After sales call, magsasend ba siya ng proposal? Hindi. Diretso na ba close? Right? Yun yung mga alamin nyo. And then basically, then you just have to build the pipeline sa GoHighLevel, and that's it. Napakadali na yung pipeline sa GoHighLevel, right? For those who experience how to build a pipeline. Let's go there actually. Let's build some pipelines. Sino may client dyan na kailangan ng pipeline? Or tell me guys, what market do you want to target? Or what market are you currently helping right now? And you don't know what pipeline stage your client needs.
Allied health, mga physical therapist.
Ito meron to, healthcare and wellness, consulting. We can categorize them guys actually. Okay, we can categorize them. Kasi may mga may mga similarities sila even though na iba-iba ng offer. For example, yung consulting, healthcare and wellness, financial advisors, insurance, may mga similarities yan. First of all of them, itong customer pipeline dito, ito ba yung demo? Yeah, yung demo. So, when you are inside the high level opportunities, you can see opportunities, pipelines, bulk actions. Right now, you see mayroon ng tatlong pipeline dito. Pero if you want to build from scratch, you go to pipelines, then whatever you see sa opportunities, nandito siya kasi ito yung pinaka where you set it up. And then if you want to create a new pipeline, just click that. And here you go. This is how easy it is. My 7-year-old daughter can probably do this pag marunong siya mag-type. So, what you want to name it? Let's say consulting pipeline, right? What's your first stage? Lahat ng consultants meron silang inquiries. So, we can consider them as let's say new inquiry. So this can be actually, you can break it down to, let's say, new lead inquiry. And then what's the next stage here? When they inquire, you will reply to them. New lead replied. Or pwedeng yung tipong conversation. Sabihin, that means na you're having back and forth conversation. So you have to name it in a way na the client understand what's happening, right? And then what's next after that? You'll invite them on a webinar, on a call. So let's say this consulting fund, usually pag consultant, you want to basically have a call with them. So you have discovery call. And depending on what is your offer, example, you're offering a $2,000 offer, then you can close that in one call. But if you're selling 50,000, 100,000 offers, you're selling you're selling condominiums, you're selling a whole proper like a 1,000 one hectare property, that might need another call. So depende na yon. So I'm gonna just have one call here. What's next? Usually pagka consultant, insurance, advisor, meron yang proposal, right? Proposal sent. Tapos, if you want to, yung iba, sinasama nila sa pipeline yung proposal reviewed, proposal viewed, proposal agreed. Tutuusin, hindi siya pipeline stage eh. Those are like tasks. Like tasks under proposal sent. Kaya mahaba yung pipeline kasi sinasama nila pati yung tasks. What you just want to track here is yung overview niya. Nasang stage na siya ng business. Proposal review is not stage ng business. That's like part siya ng process mo. Hindi siya stage ng business mo. O hindi siya stage ng buyer's journey. Right? So proposal sent and then invoice paid. And then let's say new customer. Kasi hindi lahat ng bayad ng invoice, iba sa kanila, after magbayad ng invoice, then for some reason, may nangyari, hindi natuloy, they really did become new customer. So, these are very basic example, right? So, I'm going to click save for the sake of the demo. So, now you have a new pipeline here, right? Ito na siya. So then, when you go back to opportunities, you can select here what pipeline you want to see. So we have consulting pipeline here, right? So let's say, since you've learned about forms, I'm going to go to forms. Let's see, do we have any forms here we can use? So lead generation, wala laman. Let's look for some recent forms here. At the lead gen form. So let's say yung inquiry sa website, meron siyang website na may inquiry na, it's a good example, claim my discount, right? For example, namang business model na may discount, massage therapy or gym, right? You're offering claim my discount, let's say let's change this to get free gusto mo massage kaya massage na sa isip ko. Get free spelling nun? Ano pa? Let's say lymphatic massage. Lymphatic massage on your first visit. Sample lang to. Again, you have to understand your client prospect's business model. How do they get customers? How their customers become customers? Okay? I'm not going to really modify this. So now we have a form. email, first name, full name, last email, at saka phone. And then I'm not going to make them require, aside from email. Naka-required palagi yan. Phone, you can disable the require if you don't really text them. Like, why collect form? Why collect phone, right? So let's say email like collect natin. Full name lang saka email. So then may form ka na, right? If you remember, the pipeline stage is new lead inquiry, right? Yun ang first pipeline stage. So how do you move from sign up, mag-sign up dun sa lead gen form para sila magiging new lead inquiry? I think JC showed this last week eh. Wala kasi ako dun sa call nyo, nasa breakout room ako. So hindi ko alam kung ano yung tinuro niya sa inyo. So let's see, probably nandito yon sa demo niya. Survey workflow. Ito yung ginawa niya, no? Survey workflow. Yeah, ito yung ginawa niya. I remember this. So gawa tayo ng bagong workflow. And you see here, she's using, I'm not sure if this is from her or from a snapshot, pero you can see here na may mga pangalan yung mga workflow, 00 something. I don't really like that naming convention. It's too rigid for me. And also, this is, right now, meron na option sa high-level mag-create ng folders. So I'd rather create folders and subfolders than use those weird naming convention na 00. Meron pa akong gumagamit ng 001, B, C, D, like, I don't like those kind of naming convention. Especially if your client is not too tech savvy. What they need to know is saan ba ako pupunta sa automation? Where can I see my contacts? Sang stage na sila ng business. So usually they don't go to workflows, they go to pipeline. But how would you deliver them? How would you build them automation where the pipeline is moving on its own, right? So let's create a workflow from scratch. Remember, yung trigger natin, yung form natin kanina is lead gen form ang pangalan. So we'll select form submitted. And then we'll select form is lead gen form. And you always have to use a really naming convention. So let's say form, lead gen form. So you don't really have to open this to know what form it is. Let's say marami kang trigger dito, puro form submission. You know what form itong trigger na to. This is the lead gen form. Right? Then, always click save. Tandaan nyo lagi yun, ABS, always be saving. And then here, let's forget about the other actions and emails and SMS, whatever. Just opportunities, right? Create, update, opportunity. This is how you move them from one stage to a different stage. But since this is the first entry, you don't really create or update. You create opportunity. Then you select the pipeline, consulting pipeline, you select the stage, and then you type the opportunity name. So let's say, for example, this is new inquiry. You can even like name it based on saan sila nanggaling. For example, if this form is nasa website nyo, you can name this website inquiry, right? Website new inquiry. And then yung opportunity source nyo, pwede yung pangalanan ng website, let's say website form, right? Or you can use itong dynamic tagging. You can name it variable, you can name it label, whatever you want to name it. But sa high level, they name this custom variable picker. And you can see all of the custom fields and custom values. Hindi lang custom fields, hindi lang custom values. Like itong contact, these are the custom fields, contact fields. And then below it, you will see the custom fields. And you can see the user fields, the appointment fields. And this is changing based on the trigger. Okay, guys, tandaan nyo na, the dynamic labeling here is changing based on the trigger. For example, right now, I don't see any membership here. About membership kasi hindi naman membership trigger natin. I don't also see a way to use, select the formatting ng date kasi wala bang formatting na ginamit. So whatever comes sa trigger or before the action, magbabago yung dynamic variable dito. So for now, we can say contact and then contact source. Yan, pwede kang gumamit ng ganyan if you want to make dynamic. By default, if the first entry ng contact sa CRM is galing sa form na to, whatever is the name of the form, that will be the contact source by default. If nanggaling sila sa calendar, like they open the funnel or a website na may naka-embed na calendar, and yung calendar na yun nasa loob, basically galing sa loob ng sub account nyo on the client, then the contact source will be the name of the calendar. You will notice that once you try nyo mag-build ng form. I want to make this assignment, but just for your own curiosity, build the form, build the survey, build the calendar, then submit on each of those, and you will, and with different emails, and you will see that the contact, if you use contact source here, it will change based on sa kung saan ka nag-sign up. Okay? Lead value, since this is opportunity, again, other name for opportunity is deal. So may deal value dapat palagi. Right? If this is just for you to, I don't know, you want to use a pipeline for support, I don't really like it possible. If you want to use pipeline for development, pwede. For troubleshooting, pwede. Pero the best is lead generation, sales opportunities. So let's say the value of your consulting offer is, I don't have to put dollars. Let's say 1,000. And the status of that, you have to also track the status. Is that open, won, lost, or abandoned? Right? Open. And then there's this kind of toggle here na allow opportunity to move to any previous stage in the pipeline. Ang best example nito is thinking, there's some scenarios kasi where it have to go back to a certain stage. Pero napaka-rare kasi noon. So let's not go there. Baka maano kayo, mag kayo. And then usually I don't toggle this two here. Just leave them empty. So save action. So then once nag-fill up ng form, lilipat siya doon sa new lead inquiry na stage. So of course, I need to publish this and save. Right? Now the question is, how do they move from one pipeline stage to another stage? Right? So that means na kailangan may mag-trigger. Kailangan may mag-trigger ng paglipat. So let's say nasa new lead inquiry na sila. I'm gonna have to, I'm not sure guys how small or how big you can see my screen kasi I'm using a ultra wide screen. So let me know guys pag sobrang liit And I'm also not checking the chat, so just open your mic if you want to say something. So nasa new lead inquiry dapat siya babagsak. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to sites. I'm going to go to forms. And then I'm gonna resend. I always use that. Say whenever you make changes, instead of searching for the form, just click resend and you'll see the most recent form that you, not lang sa form, surveys, even sa automations. So I wanna click preview. And then I'm gonna fill out this John Smith 01 at yahoo.com. Get free lymphatic massage. So we don't really have a thank you page here. We don't know if nagsubmit niya, so wala tayong thank you page. So let's go to opportunities. Ayun. Right? You see na meron siya dito. Sabi na-submit siya. Hindi lang natin sinatap yung thank you page sa form. So if you open this, magpa-pop up siya. And then you'll see here the name na I used to sign up, yung email ko, any other details like phone, and then yung pangalan. Remember, ang ginamit ko kanina sa automation is website new inquiry. So here, you see that I use website new inquiry, right? That's the opportunity name. So when you're here, you don't see kung para sa kanino. So if you want to put details, for example, you can make here /, whatever you want, and then first name, contact, full name. If you want to see website new inquiry, John Smith, you can modify that. Or yung pangalan ng business nila, website new inquiry, HubSpot, right? You can see here, opportunity source lead gen form, right? That's the name of the form. Remember, value 1,000, which what I put here. Okay? And then you can actually, let me expand this. manage fields, this is basically something that you want to customize what you see here, right? So right now, business name, opportunity source, value, loss reason, that's an example of a card preview. So if you wanna make it compact, so default niya is ganyan, right? If you want compact or unlabeled, you can select then, and then you can unselect. Example, I wanna may loss reason dito pero wala akong loss reason. You can open other details. Example, created on. Let's say I wanna add parang it doesn't make sense to add the pipeline stage. So let's say a pipeline status. If I click apply, confirm, you'll see your status open. Right? Now the question is, how do you move it from one stage to a different stage? So paano ba sila nagiging newly replied? Right? So that can be manually done by the appointment setters, or there's a way to automate that. All right, so I guess what you want to know is how to automate that. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm not going to open a new workflow, okay? Para hindi messy yung account. I'm just going to open here a new trigger. So usually there's this trigger called customer replied. And whatever channel na nakakonect sa account nyo, it can be email, SMS, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, what else? Is there anything I missed? Yeah, those are the usual channel. So our live chat widget pa pala. So when you select reply channel, you can see here call, chat widget, email, Facebook Messenger, GMB messaging. I think they killed it. I'm not sure if this is why it's still showing sa workflow, pero they removed the option to to use the GMB messaging Instagram DM, live chat, SMS, WhatsApp. So my memory is still intact. Alright, so let's say this is from chat widget kasi website inquiry. You use that, and then whenever someone sends a chat, doon sa chat widget nyo, magpa-fire ng trigger na to. Or let's say, Facebook Messenger. Right? Someone nag-inquire sa website nyo, tapos you basically invite them to your Facebook group, tapos nag-message sa page. So that's basically customer replied, even though na hindi kayo first na nag-initiate message. Medyo magaling naming convention nila Like customer replied means they sent you a message. Not really they replied to you. They've sent you something. And they use one of these reply channels here. Okay? So if you have a workflow, let's say this from lead gen form to opportunity, meron kayo ditong send SMS, kunyari lang, or send email. Kunyari lang, meron kayong send email dito. So just XXX para we can save this. If may email kayo dyan and you want to see kung sino nag-reply on that specific email, instead of using trigger naman, you want to use this wait action. Tapos, you can use wait for, then use contact reply. Then you select the step before it, so email. So, of course, you want to make sure na that's where you always use naming convention, email 1. So that when you select wait here, it says email 1. And you can wait until a certain period of time bago siya mag-time out or mag-stay lang siya dito. Pansin nyo, if I'm trying to toggle it off, may lumalabas na notif. Kasi they released this new feature to where if you use timeout, gumagawa siya ng sarili niyang if-else branch. Ano yung nawawala dito? You look on miss out some fields. So, 0 minutes. So, gumawa siya ng sariling if-else branch even though I did not select if-else branch. So that's what happens when you select wait and you enable timeout. So pag nag-timeout siya, lalabas siya rito sa timeout. Wala ka, yan. Depende kung may gusto pang gawin. And if they reply, di sila papasok. And if they reply, then that's the time na you select again opportunity. Select mo yung pipeline stage, pipeline, and then now you select the new lead reply conversation. Then you can hear, you can say, email 1 replied. So you can know na saan siya galing. Paano siya napunta sa pangalawang stage. Right? And yung source mo can be email 1. Then yung lead value mo. The lead value, you don't have to change. Actually, whenever you put lead value here and you move to a different stage, it's not really going to change. And the status will be still open. Save action. So let's save this. Though we cannot test this kasi wala naman tayong, I don't think there's a email connected to this learner's account, this demo account. But that's basically, guys, example of how you use customer reply to move them to a different stage. So let me stop my sharing kasi may mga nag-raise ng hands. And let me see if there's a few questions here.
Coach, may question po sa chat and same po kami ng question. Can we put multiple reply channel po as a trigger?
Yes.
So hindi lang po siya email. Okay. So it means kapag si client or si customer yung nag-inquire po, nag-message po siya in any channel, he or she will move to the newly replied conversation pipeline.
Yeah, if that's how you set it up, you can have
Copy
multiple branches there, and you can, if you use multiple triggers, you have to use if else branch always so you know saan silang galing na trigger. You know what I mean?
Hindi
Let me
po.
show you.
Thank you po, Coach.
So let's go back here. That's a really good example. Really good example. So customer replied. Let's name this chat widget. I'm gonna copy it so hindi na ako magta-type palagi. I'm gonna add a new trigger. I'm gonna select type replied. I'm gonna paste here email. So dalawa lang muna para mabilis mag-example. So reply to work, reply channel is email. So dalawa yung trigger mo na na customer replied. And then what you need to do is, instead of create opportunity agad kasi galing sa form yun eh. So sama-sama ko sila, ideally maghiwalay na. Guys, I don't want you to misunderstand this pero sama-sama lang siya para mabilis explain sa inyo. Pero dapat maghiwalay ng workflow yan. So siguro para madali, dahil na-demo ko na sa inyo to, I'm gonna delete this. Hindi natin kailangan yan. I'm gonna delete this. Yan na lang. So, then may email, may customer replied email, may customer replied chat widget. When you have multiple triggers, you will have to use if else branch. So type if here, and then here you can say trigger, whatever you want to name it. Then you can here chat widget, and then select, and then you have to select workflow trigger, and then and then whatever trigger you want to. So yung pangalan niya, of course, dapat para doon sa pipiliin mo. And then you add the branch. Then we name this email. Then we name this workflow trigger is email. You click save. Yung non-branch, para you can just say exit. Sabihin, if hindi sila galing sa dalawang yon, let's say you're testing lang, lalabas siya doon kasi hindi siya galing sa, ang equals mo dito is workflow trigger. So kung nag-manual test ka dito, lalabas yan dito kasi wala siya doon sa options ng equals branch mo. Does that make sense? So now, talking about pipeline, you can have a pipeline stage newly replied chat, newly replied email, if you want to go down that route, right? Just to see how many yung nag-reply sa chat, how many nag-reply sa email, you know? Is that clear, JD? When I say when you use multiple channels as a trigger, then you have to use if else branch.
So, ang mangyayari po, Coach, what if po siya, since nasa same workflow po siya, for example, if a client originally message sa chat widget and then suddenly nag-reply ulit po siya sa email, mababago po ulit siya.
If you have an action after nung customer replied email, yeah. Let's say, kung galing sa chat widget, ang action mo dito is move them to new lead inquiry, and nag-message sa email, meron kang new lead replied email, then lilipat siya ng stage. Pero if you don't have any action after that, hindi sila gagalaw sa pipeline stage.
Okay. Copy po.
Sino gusto ng madugong workflow? I'm gonna show you one if you want. Pero I don't want to overwhelm you guys. That's as basic as it can be.
Coach, may question po ako. Ano po yung mangyayari dun po sa trigger ng new lead inquiry, yung form? So, bali, pag submit po nila ng form, it will trigger or we will move them to another workflow. which is yung ano po, yung reply. Tama po ba? Or wala na po talaga yung
Depende yon. Depende yung sa setup nga. You can manipulate it the way you want. As long as you know saan sila nanggagaling and saan sila pupunta. Again, we go back sa simula ng call. Think of it as a pipeline. Yung lababo nyo, saan nanggagaling tubig? If you open the faucet, magkakaroon ng tubig, right? Pagbagsak dun sa butas, papasok sa unang pipe, dadaan sa elbow, then dadaan sa first line niya, and then pababa. Right? You have to understand where is your leads, where is your customers coming from, and where are they going. Parang shopping lang guys. Pag nag-shopping ka at hindi mo alam sa pupunta, pag uwi mo ng bahay, yung pipeline value mo zero na. Yung wallet value mo zero. I never go shopping na wala akong listahan. I know saan ako pupunta. Well, of course, that's not, everyone is not like that. My wife is not like that. Pag shopping tayo, sige, saan ako pupunta? Wala, kung saan ako pupunta. So yung wallet value pag uwi, zero na.
Coach, may question.
Go ahead.
Is it a good practice kung for example sa pipeline mo lagyan mo rin ng ano doon yung mga lost opportunities or mga unqualified para ma-track mo lang kung how many percent yung na-close and yung lost na mga leads mo?
Yeah, I showed that a while ago. You have to use yung sales status, open, lost, abandon, one.
Okay.
Yeah, always have to use that kasi pipeline stage on its own is a series of stages. Pero for example, sa new lead, nasa ano lang sila, nasa discovery call. Ang susunod discovery call nyo is proposal. Sa lahat ng pwede na proposal, sino doon yung naka-open pa na sales status, sino doon yung naka-lost na, o sino doon yung nag-abandon na, hindi na nag-reply sa inyo. Pero nag-stuck sila sa proposal sent. Kunwari lang, mag-send ka ng proposal, you will experience this a lot guys by the way. You send a proposal, mag-ghost kini client. Ang tawag doon, abandon. Sales status nyo should be abandoned na. So, hindi na kayo na-replyan eh. Or, nag-reply, sorry, ang mahal ng service mo, that's lost. Or, nag-reply, I'll get back to you next week. Open pa rin yun. Nagbayad, of course, won na yun. And then you move it to, the moment you move it to new customer, automatic yung sales status mo, gagawin mong won. Does that make sense? Let me show you, let's come up with example here. So let's say nasa new lead na siya, nasa new lead conversion sila, di ba? Ito, I'm gonna manually move for the meantime. Tapos may discovery call. So how do they move from this sa discovery call? So ang gagawin ko dito, I hope may calendar dito. Let's try if may calendar dito. Appointment status. In calendar. Oh, may calendar. New job calendar. So let's use that. New job calendar. Again, dapat magkahiwalay na workflow to ha. Sinama ko lang dito. I'm gonna delete everything guys here just for the sake of training. Para hindi kayo ma-confuse nasaan stage na tayo. Okay? So, appointment status, and then what will happen here is you type create, update opportunity. But what you're doing here is move opportunity, not really create. Consulting pipeline, and then you move them to discovery call. Then you can whatever want to use, DC, and then contact, full name. Source is job calendar. And your lead value can stay the same. And the status mo is open. Open yan. Alright, you save it. So when I book here, lilipat siya doon sa, let's imagine na nag-book ako, lilipat siya dito. Discovery call na siya. Right? That's what will happen pag pumasok siya dito. Then, on the call, mag-send ka ng proposal. If I'm not mistaken, if you send a proposal sa level, meron na siya ng proposal dito eh. Proposal. Or, that's invoiced. Invoiced. Invoice status is sent. Kunyari, invoice. Say proposal nyo is invoice. Invoice sent. Then, what you'll do here is you'll move them from discovery call to proposal sent. Tapos, important thing dito is invoice sent. Right? And then this one will be, let's say, invoice invoice 1. So naka-open pa rin yan. Right? So mangyari, if you send the invoice, lilipat siya dito sa proposal sent. And then, meron dito invoice status is paid. Then, i-move mo lang sila dito sa invoice paid. And then, you change this to 1. Invoice paid, invoice sent. So, invoice paid. So, this one is invoice paid. Then, invoice 1 pa rin yung source mo. Let's say value is, nag-bug yung value. Let's say nag-bug yung value. For some reason, naging 2,000 siya from 1,000. So, you change the lead value manually. Then, if we click save here, and yung invoice na sinend mo from GoHighLevel has turned into paid, we will have a masterclass about that later. So don't worry. Pero let's say, imagine this is like manual, you send it manually. Then it will move to, if you do it manually here, guys, then if I do it manually here, you'll notice that still open siya. Kasi wala namang set automation eh. Pero look at this. If I make a trigger here, the trigger ko is pipeline stage changed. Sabihin, I'm expecting na the pipeline stage will be changed manually. So in pipeline, consulting pipeline, pipeline stage is invoice paid. If I move the pipeline to invoice paid, I wanna change so you can actually leave everything empty aside from status 1. So I'm gonna save it. And you'll see here that when I move it here, the status will change to 1. And we can see execution lag actually. Oh, nawala siya. Pansin nyo, nawala. Ba't siya nawala? Ba't siya nawala? Kaya naman can-answer me kasi gumana siya. Oh. Ayun oh. Lumipat siya. Anyone? Bakit siya nawala sa pipeline stage? This is something that I hate about GoHighLevel eh.
Removed from
Baka yung sa
Ano yan?
opportunity ay coach, naka-filter lang na open lang.
By default, naka-filter siya na open lang. For some reason. So, kaya natanggal. And you'll see here sa invoice paid na ay naka-1 na siya. Right? So, that's how you manipulate the sales status para you can, when you want to, say, export lahat ng opportunities nyo, you can filter sino yung status na 1. Right? I think sa smart list, when you go to smart list, I'm not sure if let's say you want to filter here, pipeline stage is consulting pipeline, invoice paid. Gano'ng karaming sa invoice paid na ang status is 1. Right? So you can see all of your customers, basically, isa lang yun eh. Pero if I change this to open, wala nalabas dito kasi wala naka-open eh. Right? And also, dashboard is something I want to teach you guys, but the GoHighLevel's dashboard is not really intuitive. To be honest with you, this is technically wrong. I don't know why they do that. For example, what I mean by that is, tinan nyo 100% conversion rate ng discovery call, proposal set, invoice paid. Is that true? Did the contact went to the proposal? I mean, we moved them manually. But what if the new lead became invoice paid agad? Hindi na kailangan discovery call. Would that mean na 100% conversion mo from new lead to invoice paid? No. That's why this is technically wrong. Okay, I want you guys to understand that this dashboard is not good. Don't ever sell your dashboard to clients. I mean, if they ask you to build a dashboard using GoHighLevel, try to convince them not to use it or use a different dashboard. Offer them a different dashboard, that's a different topic on its own. We don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It's a different beast, guys. I don't want you to get overwhelmed sa dashboard topic. And that's basically why you would want to use a pipeline in the first place. You want to track it. So I'm discussing this with JC a while ago. Since GoHighLevel's dashboard is not really good, your use case na lang here is for monitoring. So let's say a client asks you how many leads do we have basically that is stuck on the proposal sent. So if I move this to proposal sent, may isa na. And then what can you do to convert them? The usual one is email broadcast or SMS broadcast. You send them an offer. Hey, we've sent you the proposal last week, and we're closing our offer until December and January 31. We're giving 20% off if you sign up today. Here's the link again. Then if they still don't convert, then technically they're lost na. Right? You can just add them to your email newsletter, to your SMS newsletter, whatever. Invite them to Facebook group and basically continue to nurture them. Invite them to your YouTube channel. You can still do something about those leads. Hindi sila totally dead leads, of course. And if ever, for example, what if yung offer mo dito na $2,000 kaya siya hindi nag-reply or naging dead lead kasi hindi nila kayang i-afford? Then nag-offer ka ng nagbago kang offer na worth na $97. Or even, like say, nag-offer ka ng $1. Yung mga ginagawa ng mga marketing guru, right? $1 event, $1 challenge, $1 whatever, right? They might change from proposal sent. They will move to a different pipeline na. Nasa ka sila dito, pero they can be in a different pipeline. So that's why I want you guys to remember na when you work with clients, you have to understand what they are selling. How many are they selling? Kasi the moment they're selling multiple products, that will become complicated sooner or later for you guys who is managing their CRM. Kasi one customer can be part of multiple pipelines, part of multiple products, part of multiple memberships, part of multiple process, and here your job is to manage the contacts. How would you do that? All right? That's what I'm going to teach you guys over the next few weeks. How to manage basically the database properly. But start tayo with the pipeline stage. Okay? Pipeline is one of the best way to monitor leads or track them properly. Whatever, can pipeline status updating be automated? I showed it to you before a while ago, right? It can be manual, it can be automated. How do you document this? Do you create the data dictionaries and blueprints? What do you mean? What do you mean, Mervin?
Coach, pag nagbi-build, syempre, dapat may documentation ka for transition, for onboarding, for teaching someone
Yep.
about the system. So,
Yeah.
how do you
As simple as
document?
Google Doc. You type it
Google.
out. The faster way, you record your screen, you explain what you do, get the transcription, and ask ChatGPT to create you an LCP out of it. Saan yung ibang question dito? Pwede po ba mag-sample automation for store? What specific you want to see, Thea? Like store can be, there's not much difference with an online product or with online coaching. They still have to make a payment, right? What you need to understand, guys, is ano yung mga pinapasukan nila. Okay? Saan sila napasok? Saan sila nalabas? That's very important, guys. Internal notif pag may bumili. So that's what you need to know. Ano yung trigger pag may bumili? Right? So I cannot show you that. As far as I know, walang integration ng Shopify dito sa demo account na to. Pero if you want to really test that, what you need to do is you have to go sa integrations. And here, there's an option to integrate Shopify or WooCommerce. So I cannot demo until this is connected. Pero let's see. We can have a mock-up, at least a mock-up lang here. Let's say Shopify. Yan. So these are the Shopify triggers: abandon checkout, order placed, order fulfilled. So I'm assuming na pag bumili sila, that's you called order place. Then there's probably a filter here. Ano yung cart value ng order nila? If you have multiple products, let's say may order sila na $1 nga lang. Let's say that's the only product you have there. Okay, then you use that filter. If kung gusto mo naman matak lahat, then don't add filters. Then order place, then of course you have a different pipeline stage for e-commerce, right? There's you can actually use the trigger naming mentioned here. Like you can put a order place or ano yung kanina? If I add here Shopify again, order place, order fulfilled, abandon checkout. You know, so it depends nga again sa trigger. So if you're using Stripe or any of the payment integration, there's actually an option here to have your payment received. And then you can global product means inad mo to sa product sa product list mo sa dito sa payment integration, or you can have the payment status if failed or success, or you can have the source, which is it can be may payments sa calendar, may payments sa form, may payments sa funnel. You can basically select here the different sources as a trigger. And then you can global product, basically ito yung nasa listahan nga ng ano. So wala nang lalabas dito kasi wala man as a global product. So that's payment received. Another way is not order. I think that's the order. Order from submission. Then here, ito yung nasa loob ng funnel nyo. So nasa loob ng funnel, pipili ka kung anong funnel website yon. And then pipili ka kung add ka ng filter. So you cannot, masin nyo, ayaw magawa na ng add filter kasi I'm not selecting any part ng website. So let's say I'm gonna get a good guess here. Maybe best-selling offer. Let's see. Page is, so anong page sa loob nun? Let's say confirm. And then product is, walang product. So kung may product na nakakonect dito sa page na to, lalabas siya dito. And then you can also use, actually, you cannot move on to add another filter if empty to. So I'm gonna change this to submission type. Either is that a sale? Pag sabi sale, yan yung first purchase. Order bump, yun yung lumalabas doon na parang maliit na box. Nakalagay doon, add for just $37, add this, blah, 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 to your cart. Upsell naman yung pagkabayad mo dun sa first, whether you bought the order bump or hindi. Pagka next mo sa page, may other offer. Hey, buy 6 more supplement to get the fitter body, whatever, right? That's the upsell. So you can manipulate it, whatever yung gusto mong i-track dun sa i-trigger. And then based on that, so you can have a pipeline na first purchase, order bump, upsell 1, upsell 2. That's your own pipeline on its own. I hope that made sense, no? Anong workaround ba yung hinahanap mo, Thea? Kasi unless you integrate it, there's no, I mean, the other workaround is to use third-party integration. To answer this question, where are they buying right now? Kapag may one kind of item na lang sa Philippine market po, Shopify pa rin po ba ang integrate or ano pong investors ang pwedeng isatabi GHL? Right now, Shopify sa WooCommerce yung pwede. Pero if you have other like Lazada, Shopee, whatever, I'm not sure if they have an API. Pero if they have API and you know how to use API, then of course you can trigger API papuntang high level. Alam ko may API ang Lazada at saka Shopee. So good practice po is new workflow for our lead to move to the next stage. Yep. It's always when you build workflows, guys. Workflows are automations, right? Or systems on its own. Pipeline is a system. When you have a pipeline for lead, you have a workflow for lead. When you have a pipeline for appointments, you have a workflow for appointments. When you have a pipeline for customers, you have a workflow for payments. Does that make sense? Don't combine them into one workflow. Treat the workflow as pipeline on its own. Magugulo nga kayo sa mga terminologies the more you learn about this kasi may gumagamit ng word na pipeline automation. What's pipeline automation versus workflow automation? What's the difference? It's the same, just naming convention, different naming. Lead generation, lead automation. What's lead automation? Right? Same thing. That's using workflow na nanggaling sa new lead stage nyo. Lala kong water. So guys, any questions? If wala na question guys, I'm gonna give you assignment. Assignment.
Coach, sorry. May confusion lang ako regarding dun sa pag-create ng opportunity. Kasi may cases I've created a pipeline sa business ng client namin, and then with regards dun sa creating opportunity, yung na-mention mo earlier that hindi ka nagtatoggle nung allow opportunity to move to any previous stage in the pipeline, and
Mhm.
also yung allow ng duplicate opportunities. But
Mhm.
as for my case kasi, there are times na for example, one client, one patient is na-complete niya yung plan of care and the one na yung case, yung stage niya. But then we don't want that to be kunwari magla-login ulit siya as a new lead, pero hindi siya dapat mag-override dun sa previous niya na existing one stage. So there is also set in the settings dun sa workflow na allow re-entry and allow multiple opportunities. So I'm quite confused which one should I use? Should I use the one that are written there sa settings, or dun mismo sa workflow po mismo na ay dun po mismo sa create opportunity na ano po, option?
Ano yung isang option mo? Ano yung unang mong binanggit?
Yung sa duplicate po. Kasi basically yung goal po namin is dapat hindi siya mag-move sa previous pipeline niya, but we should allow a duplicate entry po sa isang client.
Duplicate entry sa loob ng workflow?
Opo, opo. Kunwari may isang tao na complete niya few months ago yung isang treatment, one na yung stage niya. And then meron na naman siyang bagong mag-inquire ulit siya ng mag-aano ulit siya sa service. So bagong lead na naman siya ulit. So ipapasok namin siya ulit as a new lead. Hindi niya i-override yung existing niya na workflow, which is one already in the one stage na.
Ito yung sasabi ko kanina na may mga clients na may multiple products or multiple offers. That's a possibility talaga So that's why you have to understand the difference. So let's reenact the scenario. I'll try to reenact the scenario here. So ang is dalawang klaseng pipeline. Yung isang pipeline is new lead. So let's say let's just use the form submitted. This is form 1. And let's use the one a while ago, lead gen form. And then what will happen is they will go to new lead inquiry. Pero we don't allow them to move to a previous stage in the pipeline, right? So let's move this to new lead reply for the sake of for the sake of demo. We don't allow them to move. So sabihin, if they enter here again, they cannot go back to new lead inquiry. Okay? And then, there's yung isang example mo is let's create another workflow. Same thing. Let's say, let's do the same thing. Form submitted. Pero they use a different form naman dito. Let's say, let's select calendar form. Here, you wanna create another opportunity. Let's select a different pipeline. So let's say customer or sales pipeline. And then new lead. Pero you allow duplicate opportunities here.
Yes
Is
po.
that what you mean a while ago?
Mhm.
Tama ba?
Yes po.
So let's name this form 2. Since nasa loob na ng si si John Smith, nandun siya sa consulting pipeline. Let's try to, actually mali. Let's go back to that workflow. So, if manggaling siya rito, right, form 1, nasa newly replied na siya. And we turn on yung allow opportunity to move to any previous stage. Ibig sabihin, let's say, we use a different trigger here. And let's say, we use yung calendar. Yung kanina. Form is, actually, dapat pipisa ko sa isang workflow na lang pala para madaling explain. Calendar form, right? So, technically, pag dalawa trigger mo, kailangan mo ng if-else branch. Just name is 1, workflow trigger is form 1, and then I'm gonna add a branch, emit 2, workflow trigger is 2. Hindi pala. So, nakita pa sa inyo, hindi nawalabas yung form submitted na isa kasi hindi pa nakasave. So, you always have to save. Then, I'm gonna name this form 2 and save it again para pag gumawa ka ng if-else, lalabas na siya. So, 1 is form 1 and then workflow trigger is form 2. Yan. So, dahil pagkala siya form 1, mag-create siya ng, punta siya sa newly replied, pero naka-open yung allow opportunity to move to any previous stage. Naka-allow siya. Sabihin, pagka nag-submit siya form 2, I'm gonna duplicate this. And I'm gonna use the same pipeline. Ito, consulting pipeline. Tapos, ibabalik ko siya sa newly inquiry. Okay? Kasi naka-allow nga to move sa previous pipeline. What will happen here? So, I'm gonna, dapat test contact kasi may A+ branch ako rito. I'm gonna have to submit the form. So, una is lead gen form. So, naka-save na. So, I'm gonna opt in. And then, let's go back and open the calendar form. Let me open the pipeline muna para makita natin saan siya napunta. Wait lang. Kung saan siya napunta, should be dito siya sa newly replied conversation, right? So, we allow na bumalik. So, dapat, pag nag-fill out sa form, babalik siya dapat dito. So, let's fill out the calendar form. Ang daming. John Smith. Dapat parang email dapat yun. John Smith 1 ba doon at gmail.com. Wait lang tingnan ko kung anong email ginamit ko rito. Kasi dapat pareho. Tama, mali yung email. So, John, saan na yun? Oh, naka-require phone number. Seriously. Ba't ganito itsura yan? Ang pangit na ito, let's say. I-close natin ito. Hanap tayo ng isa pang form na maayos-ayos. Form 25. Yung unti lang question para, unti lang to. And then let's not make the phone required. I'm gonna delete this actually. Yan. Para unting tanong lang. So, since we changed the form, we have to go back to automation and change also the trigger there. So, I'm gonna make this form 25. Para pag nag-opt-in ako dito, babalik ako dun sa new lead inquiry. So, let's Let's start a new tab. On a side note, when you're building things, you have to have open mga 10 tab. Para hindi ka pabalik-balik. I mean, para hindi ka lagi naglo-load. So, let's preview this. Now, you have to use the same email, John. And then, what will happen should be, lilipat siya dapat sa new lead inquiry. Right. So, bumalik siya. Pero, what if we don't allow that? What if, saan na yun? So, I'm gonna move it here. Okay? Pabalik. And, we won't allow it to, if they fill up form 2, we won't allow it. Pero we allow duplicate naman. Okay? Yung tanong kanina nun eh. So, meron na siya rito na as a new lead reply na siya. Ngayon, pag fill up niya ng form 2, we don't allow it to go back, pero magiging doble naman siya. So, let's fill up that form again. Ayan. So, same email dapat. Then, let's see what will happen. Okay? So, hindi siya babalik, pero magkakaroon ng duplicate opportunity. Wait, did I change it? Hindi siya naka-allow, pero bumalik siya. Let's see, saan siya pumasok? So, para malaman siya pumasok, click niyo yung view details, tapos, click niyo itong execution history. Click yung see contact path. So, you can see saan siya pumasok. So, form 2, dun siya sa workflow trigger, form 2 na pumasok. Pero for some reason, nag-duplicate siya. Wait lang, ano bang na to? Okay. Mali. Sige, isa pa. Kasi dapat nag-duplicate siya on the same pipeline stage. So, let's change this to new lead replied as well. Okay? Tapos naka-allow duplicate tayo, pero hindi siya dapat babalik. So, let's delete this opportunity. Click save. And then, ba't di siya nawawala dito? Let's click refer. Ayan, nawala na siya. So, let's fill up the form again. Now, even though this is the same contact, because naka-allow opportunity tayo, and we don't allow na bumalik, magiging double siya dito. And dahil wala tayong opportunity name dito, by default, magiging name niya is yung pangalan ng contact. So, kita nyo? This is the same contact on the same pipeline stage kasi naka-allow duplicate. Pero yung scenario kanina ni Apple ba yung nagtanong kanina? Mag-ibang pipeline. Hindi na ako gumamit ng ibang pipeline dito eh. Pero that's the same scenario na mayroon John Smith sa consulting pipeline, mayroon din John Smith sa ibang pipeline kasi naka-allow duplicate opportunities ka. I hope that makes sense sa tanong. Pero
Thank you, Coach.
that is a very simple simple pipeline scenario pa siya. There are more complicated pipelines na you will encounter later. That's why you have to create a flowchart or write it down, draw somewhere, use your iPad, use your whatever, and try to, okay, if pumasok dito siya pupunta. If dito siya pumasok, dito siya pupunta. Right? Let me see. So, saan na? Okay, let's give you share your screen, Thea, so I can see what you're talking about. Do you have an option to share screen?
Sige po. Narinig niyo po ako?
Yep, yep.
Yung so eto nakikita niyo na po yung screen?
Yep.
Ayun. So, bago lang po kasi 'tong store feature ni GoHighLevel. So, ganito yung itsura niya.
So you're
Tapos 'pag
using the
pinindot
built-in store. Akala ko you're using Shopify.
yes,
Okay.
tapos 'pag pinindot siya ganito yung itsura niya, merong add to cart tas buy now.
Sige.
Tas yung pagka inano na, binili na or parang bibilihin mo na siya, ganito yung itsura niya. So,
Okay.
currently kasi merong 43 products etong store. So, ang iniisip ko, hindi ko alam kung paano ko gagawan ng
What's
paraan.
the
Kasi
payment
kapagka
integration?
Stripe. Tapos pagka po kasi ano, may orders na, so dito siya papasok sa orders.
Mhm.
Yung mga orders, halimbawa may isang contact tapos nandun lahat yung orders niya. Depende kung ano orders. For example, meron siyang 5 orders. Ngayon, ang hindi ko po malaman, actually tinanong ko na sa GoHighLevel support, so wala pang ganong klase ng workflow, yung internal notification. Hindi ko kasi gusto kong malaman, mabigyan si client ng parang internal notification na, client, ito yung mga order sa'yo. Sa isang email lang. Kasi may 43 products siya eh.
Go to
So,
email.
yun yung
Go to email builder tayo.
and
Not,
then po.
not sa loob ng workflow. Go to the email builder.
Oh. Okay po, wait lang.
I don't know why they do that, but they do that. So, doesn't make sense talaga. Pero you can pull out the order details sa loob ng email builder. Blank
And
template,
then,
plain text editor or design editor, whatever.
oh,
Click mo yung sa left side.
custom
Yes,
values.
sa left side. Click mo yung go back, ano mo. Can I control your screen?
Saan po?
How do I request control sa screen mo? I don't know how to control. Pero, nasa may pencil icon dito. Yan. Let me just move this here. Click mo tong plus.
Plus.
Yan. And then, see shopping cart. I-drag mo siya dyan sa email.
Oh.
Then, click mo yan. And then, you'll have the option to... Can you click? Just click it. And then, there's an option there to... as far as I remember, it will automatically, dynamically show the product name, the price here based on sa product, naka-product na naka-integrate, and if they basically order. So test this out. I'm no guarantee. That's as far as I remember when I tested it back then. Marami silang gina-update eh. Pero for some reason, you can pull it out sa email builder, hindi sa loob ng workflow.
Okay, sige po. I-check ko po to. Kasi parang
Check the
shopping
knowledge
cart
base.
parang
Sa knowledge base, meron silang
Yep.
explanation paano how does this work. Pero alam ko meron sila.
Sige po. I-double check ko din. Thanks po, coach.
Welcome. Guys, we have 14 minutes remaining. Anyone with an advanced question as well, since wala man akong dapat na mag-breakout mag-isa. Sino sabi niyo rito? Anyone with an advanced question? Did you learn something ba tonight?
Yes po, coach.
Okay. That's all I need to know. Okay, wala akong question, guys. I'm gonna go on a
Ako,
random...
coach,
Okay,
mag-add
go
na lang
ahead.
po ako. Share po ako ng screen. Ah, 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 ah.
Guys, ask question, guys. Pag ayaw tanong, hindi na ako atin sa Soto Masterclass.
Ito na po.
Coach, habang nagtatry ng mag-screen share si DJ. Ayan na pala siya. Sorry naman.
Sige, sige lang po. Sige lang po.
Di, coach, kasi gumagawa po ako ng workflow for no-show. No-show naman siya. So, ang inaano ko kasi kung straight lang siya na i-nurture siya, i-follow up siya for rescheduling of DC, or gagawa ako ng condition kasi parang iniisip ko, paano pag nag-book na siya ng call? Pag sinabi ko, ginawa ko ba yung condition na stop upon reply, mawawala po siya dun sa workflow na ginagawa ko no-show, or makaka-receive pa rin siya ng email sequence. Or gagawa na, kasi inisip ko na pag gagawa ko ng condition na pag nag-book siya ng call, mapupunta siya sa workflow na yung book appointment para maka-receive po siya ng reminder. Kaya lang parang ang haba kasi yung si client, ang binigay niya sa akin is 10 email, 10 email copy to follow up yung mga leads na nag-no-show sa DC.
It depends. You can have it in one workflow. You can separate the emails to the automation. What's important is that you know how to troubleshoot it if something happens. As long as you get the task done. The thing with automation is you can do it differently and you still achieve the same thing. Now the question is how efficient yung automation mo, right? So balikan kita. Kung meron kang share na screen, mas maganda agad. Pero kung wala naman, I'll try to show you something again from scratch. Pero I'm not sure kung kaya ng 10 minutes yon. So what's your question, DJ? Balikan kita later.
Sige po. Walan ako ng boses. Checking. So, bali, I'm trying to create po kasi customized pipelines and stages for lead tracking. So, I have different channels for each lead. And ito po yung isa sa mga channels po natin. And then another one for social replies. Yeah. So, ang goal po ng namin ni client is that whenever someone would opt in dun po sa form po namin na ginawa is they have a choice. 3 choice po. So, social media, website, and referral. Tapos, pag pinili ni client yung social media, they will have to choose whether if it's a Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn po nila, kami, nakilala or nakita. So, once they choose Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, they will be tagged as socials. Saan na po yung workflow? They will be tagged as socials dash or slash Facebook, or kapag Instagram naman, ganun po, social Instagram, so on and so forth. Then kapag website naman po, ayun, website lang. Kapag referrals lang. Okay po ako dito sa part na to. Ang nahihirapan po ako is how to create or update an opportunity from social replies. So, ang mangyari po kasi, coach, bali kapag may nag-chat po sa socials po namin from different channels like SMS, Instagram, chat widget, Facebook Messenger, is they will also be tagged as Facebook leads. Dito po siya. Pero ang requirement po kasi ng opportunity or pipelines namin is there should be full name o first name, first name, email, and phone number. Assuming po dito na parang we will integrate the conversation AI, na we will let the conversation AI to get those information, yung for example, first name, email, phone number, ganyan. Paano po kaya siya i-update dito po sa part na to, assuming na all of those channels are considered as new lead lang sa lahat po ng channels na nabanggit.
let me check I understand your question now. How do you add them to the pipeline stage with all of the information na galing sa form? Right?
Yeah.
Pero ang nakita kong trigger mo is customer replied. Nasaan yung trigger mo ng form submitted?
Ito po. This one.
I mean, the trigger, the workflow with the trigger, na form submitted. Where is that?
Wait. Dito po siya sa... going back. Discover call. There. So ito po yung ito po siya. Yung form na to is this one.
So then, nasan dyan yung pipe nag-add ng opportunity?
Wala pa po siya dito. Assuming na ilalagay ko po siya dito.
Okay. So then, that's how you, so add, okay, tayo mo, add ka ng opportunity.
Okay.
Then you said, would you pull out the information, right? Sige, pili ka ng pipeline. Pipeline muna. New lead. Okay? Diba? Pare-pareho siya ng new lead. Sabi mo, di ba? Then what you said na how would you pull out yung information na nasa form, di ba? Where do you want to put that? If you go to the pipeline opportunity page, where do you want to see this information? When you open the card or sa labas ng card?
What do you mean po?
Like, yung tanong mo, di ba? The tanong mo is yung pag they sell social media, Facebook, paano mo siya papakita sa loob ng pipeline? The question is, at what part of the pipeline you want to show those fields, those information?
Sa lahat po ng stage.
What I mean is, pag pumunta ka ng opportunity, open ka ng isang tab na opportunity.
Here po.
Yan. Saan mo gusto makita dyan?
Yung information po ng lahat. Dito po sa new lead.
Hindi. So, let's say, ito Angela, ilit mo sa new lead to. Kunwari lang.
Yes.
Kunwari new lead dyan. Saan mo gusto makita yung information na galing sa form? That's my question.
Yun ang hindi ko pa po alam.
And do you want to show those information sa card? Yan. Sa card yan, yung card. Diyan sa card, nakita mo na siya o pag-click mo sa habang mo siya makikita?
Pag-click lang naman po.
Okay, open mo yan. When you open that, you can see opportunity data sa loob, right? Those are opportunity fields. Ngayon, wala kang makikita dyan na kung saan sila galing na Facebook or social media kasi nga, opportunity fields to. Yung nasa form mo, custom fields. So if you wanna show that sa loob ng sa loob ng opportunity, you have to basically add opportunity fields which will make it like redundant, tutuusin. Click mo ulit yung card. Click mo ulit. Scroll down. Why I don't see a way for you to... yeah, add manage fields. Click that. So you'll go to the custom fields here and type mo yung anong pangalan ng field dun sa form na yon. Yung may option na social website at saka yung anong pangalan nun? Do you remember?
Form, where did you hear?
Yan. Yun yung pangalan ng custom field, right?
Yes.
Huwag mo siya i-check. You can see na yung object niya contact. Ibig sabihin, nasa loob siya ng contact field. Wala siya sa loob ng opportunity card. Nasa loob siya ng contact page. Right? So if you want to show this inside doon sa opportunity card, then you have to create an opportunity field na redundant, basically, whatever is the answer here, that will be the value ng bagong opportunity field na yun. So, can you modify this? Or is this a live account? Or
yes, it's a live account po, coach, pero okay lang siyang gawin since bago pa lang.
Mag-add ka ng field. Then select opportunity instead of sige, select mo na yung whatever yung input mo dyan. Let's say text single line lang muna. And then select next. Then instead of the object contact, select opportunity in the right side. There you go. Then name it opportunity source. Then select group, which is isa lang group mo dyan. And then click save. Punta ka doon sa workflow mo where the pipeline, inad mo yung opportunity kanina. Yan. So dyan, I-refresh mo yung screen mo kasi hindi pa lalabas diyan yung bagong custom field. You have to refresh the work page. So then, add ka ulit ng opportunity. Then scroll down. Okay, pili ka ng new lead muna sa stage. Then now, you can see below add field, below na status. Then you can now select yung bagong add mo na opportunity source. Then yung value dyan is yung dynamic label. Okay, click mo yan, yung label na yung parang ano sa shopping cart. Click mo yung, click mo lang yan, sige, click mo lang. Click mo yung label ulit. Click mo yung ano, yung parang tag, yung label tag na yan, yung shopping label yan. Yan, click mo yan. Yan. Scroll down mo nga yung ano, scroll down mo yan. Tapos, you can actually type the name there. So type mo yung opportunity source. O, pag di lumabas, ano mo, i-delete mo siya. Hindi siya lumalabas. Hindi, wag mo cancel, delete mo lang.
Ay, sorry po.
Sige, diretso tayo dun sa ano doon tayo diretso sa add field Okay, add field ka agad. So hindi siya lumalabas sa pagta-type lang. You have to click mo ulit yung label. Hindi diyan. Click mo yung label. Yung tag. Tapos type mo yung contact. Click mo yung contact. Hindi, click mo yung contact na unang option diyan. Yan, click mo yan. Scroll down sa pinakababa. Hanapin yung custom fields. Then hanapin mo diyan yung opportunities sa pinakababa. Kasi custom fields. Sorry. Balik ka doon sa left side, pinakaunang column. Yun, nakita ko na. Where did you blah blah blah. Yan. Just scroll down ka sa pinakadulo. Where W is sa pinakababa. Yan.
Ito po.
So yan yung value nung galing sa form. Now you can use as the value for the opportunity source field. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So save action mo, and then balik ka doon sa opportunities page.
Dito po, hindi ko na po ba siya i-update sa pipeline?
I-update mo. I'm just showing you how to do it. Go back muna punta ka doon sa ano, para mapakita ko sa'yo na now you can show it sa labas ng opportunity mo. Yan. So when you go here, pwede mo siya sa labas, pero when you click mo, then now you can see, scroll down, you can now see the opportunity source there. So mag-update yan based sa workflow na ginawa mo kanina. Okay? So that's how you show the form answers sa loob ng opportunity. It's redundant actually, pero that's how GoHighLevel is built. Make sense?
Yes po, Coach.
Make sense ba talaga? O
Coach, bakit siya redundant sa tingin niyo? Kasi nasa contact naman na siya.
yeah, that's correct. Bakit di pwedeng ipakita sa loob ng opportunity yung contact field? Right? Doesn't make sense for me.
Tapos kung nasa opportunity field siya, parang FYI lang naman siya sa opportunity. Parang gano'n.
Para siyang information na kailangan ng whoever is managing the sales pipeline here. Kailangan na lang malaman kung ano yung saan siya galing na source so they can basically customize the way they talk to them. So kung galing sa social media, iba yung script nila. Pag galing sa website, iba script nila.
So it's helpful naman siya, kaya lang how high level did it, parang may extra step pa. Parang
Kasi nga mag-iwala yung opportunity database nila sa contact database.
Okay.
Last question po, Coach. Is there a better way, dun po sa shinare kong parang process, is there a way to like improve or is there a better workflow para po sa pipeline po na we're trying to create for my client?
So far, kasi ang onboarding callback mo na yan, I don't really, that should be part of a different pipeline, to be honest with you. Onboarding should not be part of the buyer's journey. Dapat, it should be always separate. On my own opinion lang, it should be separate. And
Okay.
the last stage mo dyan dapat is paid for services. Ano yung sunod dyan?
In progress or ano na po siya?
Isama nyo yung onboarding saka yung customer, yung buyer journey, isama nyo. Which is okay lang naman. Pero para sa akin, dapat magkahiwalay.
Sige po. So, bali, newly hotly discovery call book and then paid for services na yung
Yep.
onboarding, that will be another
Yep.
pipeline. Perfect. Yun lang po sa akin, coach. Thank you. Sorry sa audio.
Asan yung tanong kanina? Ay, yung kay Agot, mahaba daw. So, it's 10:02 na. Let's ano lang. Try kung may iba pang question dito. Parang pinupull niya yung data from the contact. Yeah, that's correct. Hindi na pupunta sa contacts, andun sa opportunity, ganyan yung gustong ditong clients. Yeah. So, there are clients na sanay sila sa sales pipeline. Kasi galing sila ng HubSpot, galing sila ng ActiveCampaign, galing sila ng Pipedrive. So, doon sila lagi sa opportunities napunta. May mga clients naman na sanay sa contacts. The problem is, what if yung data na meron ka sa pipeline, yung data na kailangan nila sa pipeline, nasa loob ng contacts. Paano mo siya ipapakita sa loob ng pipeline? You do that by creating opportunity fields, which is a replica ng contact fields, which will make your custom fields bigger if you have a lot of information that you need to show as opportunity, which doesn't make sense for me. Yeah, may risk. Sobrang taas ng risk pag ganun yung setup. Yeah, I agree with that. So you have to be very careful when you implement something similar. Now, to answer your question, Agot, instead of sharing your screen, ako mag-share ng screen. Pero, disclaimer guys, okay, I'm gonna share my client's account. Ibig sabihin, if I found out that it was, nakarinig client, uy, ba't mo share yung natin? That means that somebody here shared that and I'm gonna stop teaching you guys. Okay? I'm gonna basically stop sa HLA. So, hopefully, no one here knows my client. All right. Kasi I'm building same thing a while ago. And this is the last na. I'm gonna overtime a little bit. Oh, really? So I don't want to sign in sa ano namin. So I'm gonna go the highlevel.com route. So I can sign in by Google. So don't get overwhelmed, just be warning. Don't get confused dito. So let's go to full appointments. So that's your question, right? Paano kung mag-no-show, di ba? Actually, let me show you yung... Yeah, let me show you this. Una. I'm not sure if meron ba ako dito ng no-show. That's a good, I think that's a good... I don't think I have a no-show here. Yeah, I don't think I have a no-show here. No, wala akong no-show dito. I'm about to create my no-show. Okay, so don't do that. Let's not do that. Let's go here. Let me show you. So this is the workflow for the automation for the new appointment. Okay, so I'm gonna open that in a new tab, and then I'm gonna have to open yung no-show. So magkahiwalay sila. It has to be always separate. Okay. Open a new tab again, and then I'm gonna have to split them. Para makita mo. Yan. Okay. So, new phone appointment. We have a lot of calendars. Kaya marami triggers dyan. And here, you can see that I have a way to identify na somewhere here sa baba. Yeah, here you go. Nasaan na yun? Dito, one appointment. One appointment. Let me just find where it is. Ito pala, task. Upcoming phone consult. So I use a tag to identify that pag may tag ka na upcoming phone consult, sabihin bago appointment ka. And then at the same time, if you become a no-show naman, so ang trigger ko dito is appointment status, no-show or cancel, then I will know kasi I'm gonna tag you. First of all, tatanggalin ko yung upcoming phone consult. What was siya rito? Somewhere hindi to updated. Pero tatanggalin mo yon, basically, yung tag na yun kasi wala ka na sa upcoming appointment, nag-no-show ka na. And then I'm gonna add the tag no-show. Okay? And when I add the tag no-show, somewhere here, this is not a good example. Nasaan yung wag yan. Let me use a different example. Punta tayo dun sa ito yung ginagawa ko kanina. So tama-tama. I can review this. Sabay na yung review ulit saka demo. So then I'm gonna open yung cancel the no-show as well. And then I'm gonna have to split this view. Okay. Alright, so let me go back again. So sa kaliwa, yung bagong appointment, sa kanan yung no-show. Right? So dito, ang trigger ko, appointment status is confirmed. And then somewhere here, I have this one. I have a way to identify your new appointment, F2F book. So ito yung tag ko, F2F book. Right? And you'll notice here that bagal. Wala dyan. So, if mouse na dito, tatanggalin ko yung no-show na tag. Vice versa naman siya sa no-show. If mouse sa no-show, tatanggalin ko yung i-add ko yung no-show na tag, tapos tatanggalin ko naman yung upcoming, yung F2F book na tag. Yung tag ko dito, tatanggalin ko naman siya. So, no-show, apply ko no-show, and then somewhere here, yun, hindi to updated. Hindi pa to updated. Yeah. Ito yung gagawin ko dapat kanina. So, ang nangyari dito, tatanggalin ko yung remove from workflow. Tatanggalin ko siya dito sa central appointment status confirm. The moment na mag-no-show siya. And then, apply ko siya ng tag ng no-show. And then probably, dito, I'm gonna also remove tag. And tatanggalin ko yung F2F book. Kasi yun yung sabihin namin, upcoming appointment siya. Tanggalin ko rin yun. Usually, I always do yung remove bago yung add. So I'm gonna move this somewhere at the top here. Pati yung remove from workflow, I'm gonna move that at the top here. Saka ko i-apply yung tag na no-show. Saka ko i-update yung appointment status to no-show. Saka ko send ang mga SMS. Dito, pansin mo dito, if I minimize, medyo mahaba to kasi I combine the SMS. So may survey kami, may SMS survey na sinasend. And then they have to reply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kaya maraming 8 else dyan. So in a sense, pwede mo siya pagsamahin sa isang workflow, pero pwede ko rin siyang actually hiwalay para mas malinis. So it depends talaga sa preference mo. I'm sure if that answered your question, Agot.
Babalikan ko yung recording ko.
Wait lang, ba't
Medyo,
daming comment bigla?
medyo na ano ako, parang na ano ako.
Kala
Hindi
ko
ko na gets yung tatanggalin yung tag dito sa book appointment and then sa no-show. Medyo na-confuse ako doon. So balikan ko na lang yung recording tapos ano ko siya.
Kaya pala ang
Kasi
daming
pwede namang straightforward. Kaya lang ang worry ko kasi paano pa so tatanggalin ko na lang siya sa workflow pag nag-book na siya ng appointment. Pero
So guys, in any automation, lagi may entry, lagi may exit, di ba? In between, may action, may condition. So in terms of, next week malawat yung calendar kasi madugo yung calendar kaya next week pa yung calendar. Pero pag may bagong appointment, always tag it. Tag nyo siya whatever yun may. New appointment, right? Tapos, pagka nag-no-show siya, dun sa no-show ng workflow, mag-add ka ng tag na no-show. Pag yung no-show na tag in-add mo, i-remove mo siya doon sa confirm appointment sa kabilang workflow. Remove from workflow. That's basically how you remove them from different workflows. Same thing, kapag nasa confirm appointment siya, kasi there's a possibility na nag-no-show siya, tapos nag-rebook. So pag nag-rebook siya, papasok siya doon sa confirm na workflow, ibabalik mo yung new appointment or pwede ka mag-add ng rescheduled na tag, tatanggalin mo yung no-show na tag, or tanggalin mo muna bago mag-add, and same thing sa kabilang workflow. Pag no-show siya, tanggalin mo yung new appointment na tag, idagdag mo yung no-show na tag. Gets? That's very basic, guys. And yes, tagging. Tagging is the key to automation, guys. You have to be a tagging master. If you want to be a automation expert, master, you have to be a tagging master first. Okay? Yes, I always prepare tags kahit nasa pipeline sila. Tags is like one of the fastest as well, fastest way to filter, fastest way to segment. And you can have unlimited tags as well. You cannot have unlimited pipelines, guys. Like you can, but that's so messy. Imagine you have 100 pipelines there sa drop down nyo. Or 100 pipeline stages. That's so hard to navigate. Paano nyo po nagawa yung split screen? I'm using a browser called Arc browser. That's like a default feature ng Arc browser. I don't use Google Chrome or Edge anymore. And I do recommend Arc browser, guys, if you have multiple tabs. It's so fast. Kumpara mo sa pag naka-Edge ako or Google Chrome, yung RAM ko is like 90%. Pag naka-Arc browser ako, it doesn't hit 20%.
Ano po yung site, Coach? Arc browser?
Just search Arc, ARC. Arc browser.
Arc browser. Copy po. And question po, Coach, paano nyo po na maintain yung ganung workflow kapag nagkakandak po kayo ng audit, knowing po na naka-live po siya?
I have a flowchart.
Flowchart. So sa flowchart nyo na po muna siya ginagawa and then...
Yep.
Okay. Copy po.
Or vice versa. Pag tinatawag na mag-flowchart, diretso ako build, tapos ako siya flowchart. Wala tayong police dito ngayon, so no one will stop me from overdoing overtime. As long as you have questions. If you have questions, then good night. Yes, you can migrate. There's an option to migrate from Chrome, actually.
Coach, sorry. May question ako. Napansin ko kasi maganda yung tignan yung dashboard mo. Although, saglit lang. Napansin ko. Dashboard ng laman ng inyong GHL.
I didn't modify it. That's the default one.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a different dashboard, guys, na I built from scratch kasi napangat na high level. So, don't go there. Don't go to dashboard topic. It's a rabbit hole.
Oo nga po. Kasi po, yung client ko nagtatanong bakit daw ang messy ng dashboard. Hindi ko rin magawa ka kahit pa anong tawag nito? I-modify doon kasi parang hindi yun sakto sa kung ano yung meron doon. So,
I'm not sure if nabutan mo kanina yung sinabi ko, but I don't recommend dashboards to clients. I don't recommend GHL dashboard.
okay, coach.
Yeah, Kenneth. So we have multiple sub-accounts, right? So how do we monitor everything in one dashboard? So of course, we consolidate. And the way to do that is we extract all of the contact to an external database. And then out of that, that's how I created the customized dashboard. That's why I told you, it's not something that I can just share you guys. Kailangan nyo munang maging tagging master or automation expert or whatever. Just master GoHighLevel before we go there. Pero may mga advanced dito eh. May mga advanced na like Kenneth. If you want to, bro, we can have a separate session. And that's basically my last message, guys. If wala na kayong question, I'm opening, and I got the go signal from JC actually. I'm opening a session with those advanced users. Let's finalize the schedule next week kung ano araw. Pero may hindi siya basta lang na ating ka lang kasi ating ka. No. If you will attend, there will be a requirement. The requirement is papagawin ko kayo ng workflow out of a flowchart from scratch, and you have to finish it within 1 hour.
On the spot yun, coach, o
On the spot, yes.
ibibigay nyo before the meeting?
No, on the spot. So there will be 2 sessions. Not this siya sa unang session. Let's say sa unang session, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna build it. Papakita ko sa inyo. And then the next session, you'll build it from scratch. Or I'll give you an option to select what kind of automation you want to build. There's a lot. There's a webinar, booking funnel, recycling, reactivation, reviews, referrals. There's a lot. Pero I'm not sure if choosing one will be better than randomly choosing. I'll have to decide. Pero that's the goal. The main objective, guys, is I want to know who's who. Actually, that's how I told JC. Gusto ko malaman kung sino yung hindi mag-give up on this stress test. Basically, that's like how I call it, stress test. I'm gonna give you something so impossible to build for beginners just to see kung sino yung hindi mag-give up. And then, of course, there's a reward. The reward is I wanna offer build to clients, and then kayo mag-build. Pero I wanna make sure that you can build it. That's why I want to verify. That's that's my initial thinking. And this is like internship in a way, pero hindi to premium I cannot pay you like $1,000 on the spot. I don't even know how will I price it yet. I'm thinking probably something like unlimited automation. I'm thinking of offering unlimited automation to business owners, and then they just have to pay for the software. Something like that. I have to finalize the pricing pa, pero it's not really my concern eh. Tandaan nyo guys to the easiest part of the business is customer acquisition. If you're struggling to get clients, that's the easiest part, guys. Tandaan yun. That's the easiest part. If you know your market, you know your offer, you have a good product, it's easy to sell. It's easy to acquire. The hardest part is fulfillment. Okay? Like right now, I can sell 100 to 100 people, but I can deliver to 100 people. Right? That's why I want to surround myself with builders. And of course, ano kukuha ng mga builders dito sa community na to? But I want to know how far can I stretch you guys? How stretchable you are. I did this to a BPO company, local company to. I trained them for 2 months. 8 hours every day. Okay, 8 hours every day. 5 days a week for 2 months. Isa lang natira. Isa lang natira. Yeah, and there's actually I won't forget that because they are crying during the training.
When was that po, coach? Matagal na po ba?
2022.
Yung isa po ba, coach, kayo na lang? Yung owner na lang yung natira?
Hindi, basically the owner doesn't really is not involved that much kasi friend ko siya. And then yung OM nila pinaka-main kasi ano to BPO company to. They have 200 employees. Our deal was I'll train your employee, you provide me with the manpower, we sell GoHighLevel, and then we agreed with a 50-50 revenue share. Pero what happened was the OM cannot handle the operations kasi hindi siya marunong sa GoHighLevel. I have to take over. Ako nagbebenta rin. So I can't basically handle everything. That's why I stopped that. And now I feel like maybe, just maybe, I can do that again. And then you guys, which basically you are training naman, maybe can be those people that can build automation. And ito guys, I'm not going to offer funnel building. Hindi ako into funnel design. I don't like that. All we are gonna build is automation, integration, workflows, Zapier, Make, and other cool stuff. To the point na parang gusto mag-start ng software development startup. Actually, tapos kasama yung GoHighLevel sa offer. GoHighLevel, Airtable, Zapier, Make, and just any type of automations. HubSpot lang sa Salesforce hindi ko sasama kasi I don't have access to those tools right now. I can only offer like yung mga may access ako na tools like Airtable, Make, Zapier, GoHighLevel, right? And we can target GoHighLevel agency owners kung tutusin. Pero feeling ko babarating ako ng mga GoHighLevel agency owners or rather like target business owners na lang who basically if you're into YouTube, makita nyo maraming affiliates doon na nag-promote ng GoHighLevel and their offer is like, get my snapshot. What the heck would I get from your snapshot? 0001.1.workflow, right? So what if they get a snapshot and someone who can build or optimize that snapshot for them and build new workflows for them? That's the idea, right? And then they have to pay not really that much. I think I have to come up the price pa nga. Pero it's gonna be like a very competitive price, basically. And so basically the way we will earn from that is volume. And that's basically how I want to stress test you guys. Kasi what happened to sa BPO company is I got a client na may 100 sub accounts. And then of course, I have to build the snapshot from scratch. Membership, ano siya, napakasimple ng ano niya. 2-step, 3-step funnel lang siya, and then membership course. Like we have to upload all of the videos, and then change the title. Napaka-basic ng task. Pero the thing is we have to finish that in 14 days, in 2 weeks. So we have 10 people, 100 sub-accounts, so tagsa-10 sila, right? And then I created a basically tracking project management sa Coda, which is para siya Notion. And then lahat ng checklist nandun na. You just have to check. Nagawa ka na ba to? Check. Right? At the end of 2 weeks, hindi namin natapos. Kaya may umiiyak kasi I'm pressuring them to finish the project before the deadline. It ended up the client did not pay us. So it's really important na you can handle pressure. Not because I want to pressure you or not because I wanted to, because I just wanted you to experience the pressure so that pag may client na kayo and you step up, kasi guys, you have at some point you will have to step up as a leader. Like either project manager or operations manager or CTO, maybe some of you will be CTO or COO, right? And you will basically manage the projects. Or you will have your own agency and you'll have to hire Basically, those are the things the moments that are pressured that pressure kayo. And if you're not used to pressure, then at that time, you might, sayang naman yung all of the efforts na pinagdaanan nyo, just at some point, you will have to give up kasi hindi nyo kaya yung pressure. Do you get me, guys? Like, dapat ngayon pa lang, you have to feel the pressure right now. Feel the pressure, accept the pressure, and then overcome it. So later on, pag naramdaman yung pressure, sisiw. Diba? CCU. Right? That's basically what I want to say to inyo. And I got the go signal from JC now about this. So what's left is just organizing it. Right? When, what, how, right? And who's gonna attend, who's gonna join, and then what's the plan after, how you get paid. Maraming, it's almost like I'm building an agency out of this. And I told this to JC, I'm not going to pull this out if I don't have someone to manage it. So if anyone here knows how to manage projects, manage people, I know Rose, you're here. Rose, are you here? Where's Rose? Rose. Di ba si Rose? Rose. Wala siya rito. Yeah, we have a member actually na I know before na she's doing project management. I'm not sure if she still wants it, pero we need a project manager. We need someone to manage the operations without really doing the work. Just manage it because I don't like managing people. But let's not go there yet. Let's just go the challenge muna. Like if you pass, then good. Then let's plan what's next after that. If you don't, then that's good as well. Because at least you tried, and now you know what you will do next time. Okay. Like I want to make sure na this is not going to affect you if you don't pass. Mamaya, hindi pasa, bila kayong mag-churn eh. Sabi si JC, ayoko na JC, grabe si Julius. Diba? Wala na kayong question, seriously guys. Kasi 10:30 na. And kanina dapat I'm gonna do sana a random call. Kaso nasa flow kasi ako eh. Kasi kung nasa flow ako, ayoko maistorbo. So, hindi ako nag-invite. Pero tomorrow, kasi patapos na ako eh. But I shared to you a while ago, that's basically what I'm building kanina umaga. And patapos na ako doon. So, if I finish that, I might post tomorrow sa group a random Google Meet link. And whoever is online, you can join. I'm not going to record it. So whoever is free lang can join. And then, maybe you can learn a thing or two. Pero, bilang napadalong isip kasi kanina nung I just shared to you just the appointment pa lang eh, 20 chats na kanina, tahimik nyo nung nag-share ako na screen sa client, bila na lang nagtutara ng chat. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue that or not. Yeah, actually, back then I'm looking for proteges kasi nga, yeah, I want more proteges. I want more Dea. I want more, mentees na who'd step up somewhere down the road and become leaders on their own. Pero for some reason, hindi ko siya tinuloy kasi nga, I got that opportunity to become a CTO. And now I'm just to give you guys like a little bit of like life scenarios. I'm already trying to exit that. That's why I'm thinking, what should I do after I exit, right? The typical entrepreneur dilemma, right? After ma-sold the company, kinabukasan, what could I start? That's a very typical entrepreneur, right? So I'm thinking the first day that I'm not the CTO anymore, I want to build stuff. I want to build. That's why I want to surround myself with builders, automations, integrations, conversational AI, voice AI. I can tell you guys, if you work with me, you'll learn faster than if you just learn from me. So you have to prove to me that we can work together. That's the thing, right? And I will find out what's the best way to know that actually. I don't know. Kasi minsan, there's a time na during the training, ang galing-galing nyo, ang sipag-sipag nyo, and then may client na, Di nasagot sa chat. 1 hour, di nasagot. Bila lang absent. Sorry po, may sipon ako. Right? I really hate that actually. Yeah, that's why I don't want to manage people kasi I'm a very task-based leader ako eh. Like if I give you tasks, do the task. I don't care how you get it done. Just get it done. So if, yeah, to be honest with you guys, like I don't really, my team is full of, no, full of, we don't have a girl on our team. Yeah, for intentionally. We have one before actually. We had one before. Tapos bigla siya nag-snap out. Ang haba ng chat. Pagising ko, ba't ang haba ng chat? Yung pala inaway niya isang time member namin. Right there, I removed him from the department. Sabi ko sa, hey, sa'yo tong, total marunong siya sa panel design, sa'yo na to. I really hate dramas, to be honest with you guys. I don't want dramas, especially sa work. I don't want dramas sa work. Marami na akong drama sa buhay, ang dagdagan ng drama. But I'm saying na all of you girls are like that, Don't get me wrong, Like JC, I never see JC did drama, even though na she's doing a lot of stuff. She has no excuses, actually. So I believe na that's going to be like a reflection. Okay, all of the girls here, I'm like JC's energy will basically you'll absorb that somehow, right? All of you will have no excuses. And of course, same thing with me. All of the boys here probably will absorb the same energy. Who's like gonna race everything, like curious, want to experiment on stuff, and want to build stuff and whatnot. So yan guys, this is an amazing session. Pipeline next week, guys. Bear yourself because we will talk about calendars. Until today, calendar is one of my pet peeves sa high level. Just to let you know, okay? Still one of my pet peeves. I think it's the number one pet peeve I have. It just so have many things that I really hate. Na hindi nag-work a lot of times. So you have to know them. You have to know them. You have to be aware of them, so that when you start building appointments, then you can avoid those stuff na bakit dito gumagana? Ano yun? Anong na-miss ko? You probably didn't miss anything, just that it's not working 100% all the time. So yun lang guys. Let's who's going to take the picture? Who's gonna volunteer and post na lang sa community. I will have another rule pagka if you want to join the challenge, I will have everyone open their videos. If walang naka-open na videos sa challenge, I'll have to kick you out of that call. Sana na nakalap sa video guys kasi when you present the client, you have to show your face.
I will sell my paper to my grandpa. I will sell it and then he will give me money.
Okay.
All right, daming naka-open ng camera. That's what I like about you guys. Yung third page lang yung wala. So I can see the faces until the second page and then the third page wala na. Sad. So sino magte-take ng picture?
Sige, coach ako na. Kala ko si Franz.
Oh, sige. Just let us
Sige
know
po.
para makapag-post.
Teka lang. Sino ba to? Tayo ngayon. Yan. So, first page muna. So, smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Second
First page
page
ba ako?
naman. Parang sa screen ko, coach, first page ka eh.
Okay, sige.
Okay, second page naman. Ayan. Smile kayo, guys. Ayan. Last page na. Third. Third. Ang 4 pages pala to. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. And last na. 1, 2, 3. Yun. Thank you so much.
Wow,
Ayan po.
7 pala tayo naiwan na. Ilan kayo last week na
Advanced
naiwan?
level.
I don't remember sa mga ganun eh.
Parang 80 plus
Remember.
din. Parang,
Ano yan?
parang
80 plus din?
opo.
That's a good
Tama,
that's a good attendance rate until the end in fairness Nung simula akala ko konti lang sa 20 plus, 30 plus, tapos biglang naman nagtuningan bigla sa pahuli na. Next time guys, don't join late kasi minsan hindi ko nakikita na may may request to join and may ginagawa ko so hindi ko nakikita. Tapos nakita ko na lang may nakalagay 10 waiting. Sabi ko, ba't may 10 waiting dito? Hindi ko napansin. Alright guys, thank you for showing up. I'll expect you to show up again next week. It's either me or JC, it's 100%, depende. And then if JC is around, then beginners will be under JC, and then advanced questions, you can have a breakout room. And then probably around Monday next week, I'll try to come up with a plan for that challenge na I want to start.